Good morning. Welcome back to my car. Let's see, some quick tidbits here. Betty White absolutely rocked it on Saturday Night Live. Saturday night, it was awesome. Show got its best ratings in 2 years. And the last time it got ratings this good was when, during the elections, 2008 elections, McCain and Sarah Palin showed up on SNL. That was the last time they had ratings this good. Betty she killed it. She was absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. So now, apparently, now that Facebook got her on SNL, now they're trying to get her to host the Oscars. Here's the thing, and I love Betty. The Oscars are not where she should be. She's not a movie person. She's funny. She's not a movie person. Where she should be is the Emmys. She should host the Emmys. They should write a show around her. It would be hysterical. She is going to be starting a new TV series at 88 and a half. She's starting a new TV series, Hot in Cleveland, where she's it's Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leaves, I can't remember the other gal's name, and Betty. I guess the premise is that these women are going to go to Paris because they're, former models and celebrities, and they want to go to Paris, and they end up stopping in Cleveland and realizing that the guys all go nuts for them there, so they figured, well, Cleveland's as good as anything, we're hot here. And where they move into is a building with Betty White as the landlord. And she's going to play a cantankerous kind of landlord. It looks pretty dang funny from the clip I saw. So, forget the Oscars, kids. Go for Betty White on the Emmys. It's the right place for her. She's been in TV forever and been funny forever. She needs to be on the Emmys. There's my vote there. On the oil spill front, execs from BP, Transocean, and Halliburton were all on the hot seat yesterday in front of a House subcommittee hearing, trying to get an answer as to what happened. First thing we found out is that BP knew that there was a problem with the well hours before the explosion. There was apparently some type of pressure change. It looked like pressure had either, it was losing pressure or excessive pressure, something wrong with the pressure in the well. They knew there was a problem, and they haven't answered the question as to why they didn't stop drilling. That's kind of a problem. There's a problem with the well, and you keep drilling, perhaps it might cause an accident like an explosion. Yeah. So, then they started asking, and BP said, well, it's not really our fault because we don't own the rig. The rig is owned by Transocean, and they're responsible for maintaining the rig, maintaining the backflow preventer, doing everything that they're supposed to do. It's not our fault. It's them. Sitting next to him is the Transocean guy. Transocean guy says, well, it's not us. See, yeah, we run the rig, but the problem wasn't the rig itself. The problem was the wellhead, and we checked the backflow preventer, and it was fine. It goes through regular tests. It probably was overwhelmed by the problems from a sinking rig, and it couldn't handle itself. That's right, not backflow preventer. That's for water. It's a blowout preventer. I digress. So it's not their fault. It had to have been the wellhead. Because the leaks started occurring at the wellhead, it's why they lost the pressure. Had to have been a bad wellhead casing, which was Halliburton's job. They're the ones who poured the concrete for it. Oh, Halliburton, what happened? Not our fault. We were doing the casing the way we normally wanted to, but we were asked to remove the heavier liquid, the mud, from the casing, and that's normally not what we do. BP asked us to do that. So it looks like the strategy here is to avoid liability by simply creating a circle of blame where nobody takes the blame for what happened. They just kind of let it go. My guess is what they're trying to do is see how long they can stall this so they don't get nailed with anything. What I'm hoping is that the House subcommittee makes some kind of recommendation for legal action against them, all three of them, since it seems all three made a mistake, at least one. All three of them legal action and fines and make them clean this mess up. But they shouldn't just get to clean it up, because there's nothing punitive there. Okay? This was a failure on a number of counts. Did Halliburton go against what their standard policy is, in spite of the fact knowing that it could be a problem? Probably. Did BP ask him to do that to expedite things? Probably. Did Transocean have some kind of failure here and some responsibility because it was their rig and that backflow preventer failed? Probably. All three. All three should get fines above and beyond just paying for the mess. It's the old, you break it, you bought it. Right? They broke the well. They're spewing stuff into the Gulf. They're breaking the Gulf. They bought it. It's their charge. But there's nothing punitive there. There's nothing that's going to stop them from doing it again. There should be fines here. Fines are not reparations. They're two different things. Reparations are what they need to do to repair the Gulf, to clean things up. There need to be fines. There need to be substantial fines. I think it was pointed out yesterday they're spending something. They're making per day in profit somewhere between 4 and 5 times what it's costing them to clean this up. In profit. So, you know what? Sorry, BP shareholders, but your company should be paying for it, and you shouldn't be profiting from them screwing up the Gulf. I'm sorry. It's not punitive to you. You bought the company in good faith. They failed you. You take them to task. They should pay fines for what they did, on top of fixing things. That's my thinking anyway. So, by the way, I put up a new post yesterday. I kind of goes along with when I did my video from yesterday, that Road Rebel from yesterday. Selective constructionists, or selective constitutionalists. Let me know what you think about that. I kind of like that phrase because I'm seeing it more and more. Just, people who pick and choose what they like about the Constitution and rail against people who go against the Constitution right up until they don't like something about it themselves. I think it's going to be a busy day today, so I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.